Hey guys, it's been a while. I can explain that. So basically I wanted to make a video about the game Plants vs Zombies. I wrote an entire script over months, and this was the final word count. Now, let me give you some advice. If you are a beginner of any skill, do not do a huge project that is so massive you'll never see the end of it. In my case, I, a video creator, should not make a video that would probably total to around an hour and a half. Will I ever finish that video? I don't know. The script is already a year and a half old, and it ages with every passing day. So for now, I'm just gonna throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And what better way to do that than by ranking every song from my favourite band. Muse, or the Teignmouth Trio as I like to call them, are an alt-rock band formed in Teignmouth in South Devon, England. With Matthew Bellamy as the frontman, lead vocals, guitarist and pianist, Chris Alstonome, backing vocals and bassist, and Dominic Howard as the drummer. Over their 23 years long discography, they've truly changed as time has gone on, which varies in both style and quality. So I'm going to rank every song of theirs I could find on Spotify, plus one bonus one you can't find on Spotify that I'll explain when I get to it. I won't be including those recent Spotify exclusive covers like Hungry Like a Wolf or House of the Rising Sun, because they're not important. But everything else written by the band, both from albums and singles, are included. Now this is the point where I have to say that this video format is blatantly stolen from Nathaniel Silveira. He's already made videos ranking all the songs from Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, Travis Scott, and Playboi Carti. So go check him out if you like any of those artists. So with that all out the way, let's rank all the Muse songs starting with the worst of the worst. You know it, you hate it, it's... Get Up and Fight. Oh no! Jesus Christ, this is insulting to the ears. I'm usually one to defend Muse, telling people to give them the benefit of the doubt, but here? No excuses. This song is absolute dog shit and I hate everything about it. How did we get in so much trouble? Revolt. I knew this was bad going into it, so I don't even know why I bothered listening to it. It's terrible, not even the guitar solo can save it. Guiding Light. This was on the setlist for Rome 2013, my fucking god. I would have asked for my money back. I need something human. Just a really confusing song, both sonically and from an instrumental standpoint. Prague. This was the last song on Spotify I had to listen to before being done with all the songs I'd yet to hear, and Christ, there is nothing. There is absolutely nothing here. It is a nothing track. Thank God Soaked exists, otherwise this would have been the last new Muse song I'd heard until a new album comes out. Drones. Donda chant but worse. Amen. Conscience. This is a 5-minute song that spends 4 minutes building up to something only for that final minute to be half-baked, wasting the entire song. Defector. This song is a mess. And it's a shame too, I really quite like the guitar solo, but just nothing else makes sense tonally. Mercy. Ooh, our first hot take. Yeah, this song sucks, it's a rip-off of Starlight. The fact that they had the nerve to play it at the first concert I attended of theirs is insulting. They didn't have enough time to play a full version of Stockholm Syndrome, but they had plenty of time to play this shit, clearly. Silence to make us feel silent. Liberation. Oddly enough, the worst album they've ever put out doesn't have a single track on it that makes me want to rip my ears out. This is just a terrible Queen ripoff. Easily. God, this was made in the Black Holes era? No wonder it's on the B team. Escape. Not terrible, but very forgettable. It's weird. Showbiz is the one album that varies most in quality between songs. Spoilers, just to prove a point. There's another song from Showbiz that I have ranked at, let me just check my notes, 14th. I'm sick of feeding my soul to people who never know. Map of Your Head. I don't need another listen of this song, man, that was boring. In Your World. The production isn't good. It's too abrasive and they don't do anything interesting with that guitar riff they have for this one. Crying Shame. The guitar riff is good, but the bad chorus really brings it down. Philip. A weird track off Showbiz. Some people like it, but not me, sadly. Prey. This was made for the final season of Game of Thrones, so it was kind of fucked right out the gate. Compliance. I was hoping that synth would grow on me. Alas, it never did. Alright, so those songs are bad, where all the thoughts I have of them are negative. These ones are better. Not too bad, not too good. These next songs are mid.
Recess. This song is so forgettable I forgot to include it until editing.
Shrinking Universe. Hey kids, do you want a bunch of forgettable deep cuts off of single releases that don't do anything interesting? Cause, hoo boy, we got a bunch of them coming up. Please, 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 let me get what I want. Hardcore Muse fans will talk about this song like it's the El Dorado of forgotten Muse songs. It's really not, it's quite basic. Twin. You know it's a bad sign when not even avid Muse fans know about this one. Bedroom Acoustics. Wow, it's Matt showing off how good he is at acoustic guitar for 3 minutes. Piano Thing. Wow, it's Matt showing off how good he is at piano for 3 minutes. Resistance. I don't know, something was always missing from this one. I never liked the chorus that much and always found the ending sloppy. The initial setup is done well, but it doesn't pay off to anything good. You Make Me Feel Like It's Halloween. Okay, you can insult this song as much as you want, but we need to be honest. This song wants to be a campy, semi-ironic take on classic horror tropes that revels in how stupid yet funky it is. And in my humble opinion, even if it doesn't sound good, this song is exactly what it wants to be and I can respect it for that. It has no place on the album, however. Then again, the same can be said for half the stuff on One of the People, so... Nature_1. The fast guitar rhythm is nice, but it can't carry the whole song. Follow Me. This song may have aged quite a bit instrumentally, but it was definitely good for its time. Will of the People. I don't like how jubilant this sounds. It's the first track on the album, but it makes it sound like the conflict's already won. And yes, I'll admit it does sound like I'm being advertised a 4x4. Forced In. If I wasn't reading the lyrics, I wouldn't have even known there were vocals on this track. Ghosts. How Can I Move On? Good in concept, but it just gets a bit repetitive after a while. Big Freeze. While it doesn't compete with other tracks, the production here is pretty good. Propaganda. The acoustic guitar solo is really unique for modern Muse. Explorers. Another piano ballad, but with a bit more meat on its bones. Euphoria. There is a point where you modify a guitar so much it just becomes a synth, and Matt passed it. Host. When I went onto the Spotify lyrics tab for this song, I genuinely couldn't believe what I was looking at. Break It To Me. If there was any song to get Tom Morello to do a live feature of, it'd probably be this one. Dead Inside. Dead Inside. This one's alright, but why does it open the album? That makes no sense. Aftermath. The first half of this song sounds like it belongs in Blade Runner. Jimmy Kane. Oh boy, another forgettable ass track, but I'll always remember what a weird name it has. Coma. This one is slightly less forgettable. Let's go! Shine. Some nice synths. Too bad there's a better version of it out there. Hate This and I'll Love You. A bit slow paced for my liking, but still good enough to be on Showbiz. Do we need this? You asking me, because the answer is no. We are fucking fucked. Do you know why we're fucking fucked?
And I've got to go to fucking work in 4 fucking hours because every other fucker in my fucking department is fucking ill. Now can you see why I'm so fucking angry? Fuck yeah! Hey!
Apart from that, I think if this song focused more on the indie vibe it had going on in the first verse, I think it would actually be much better. I Belong to You. I physically recoiled when Matt said, "You are my guiding lightning strike." And again when he started speaking French. The Gallery. This piece is okay. Don't know why it's on the main set list right now, but it's okay. Dig Down. Out of all the inspirational ballads Muse have, this is definitely one of the better ones. Thought Contagion. Arguably the song that got me into Muse. Oh, how far we've fallen. I'll be there as soon. Unintended. Piano acoustic. Decent, but not as good as the original in my opinion. Eternally Missed. This song has no business being 6 minutes. Soaked. This wasn't officially released by the band, but I used a song sorter on Tumblr to help me order this ranking, and this was included on it, so here it is. The only track on this list that you won't find on Spotify. Yes, Please. You know, maybe it's a good thing they stopped taking drugs. Together we're Invincible. Whoa! Our first song from Black Holes and Revelations, and our first song from what I'd consider the holy trinity of Muse. The 3 best albums they've ever made. Running out of time, running out of time, running out of time. Running out of time. No, wait. Time is running out. Look out, another hot take. Yeah, this one's mid in my opinion. It fails to grab me for the most part, but hey, it's our first track of Absolution. And with that, 2 sides of the Holy Trinity are revealed. Minimum. This is con science, but actually interesting and engaging. Won't Stand Down. Not a bad track, but if this thing wants to compare itself to old Muse, someone better tell it to be more realistic. Can't Take My Eyes Off You. A cover of a classic song with a thrash rock coat of paint. Someone tell Nestle to not use it without the band's permission. Pressure. It's good live, but hearing it outside of that, I think it's a bit repetitive and goes on 1 or 2 minutes longer than it should. Execution commentary. I don't even know what to say here. It literally sounds like Matt is having a seizure on the floor, and instead of helping him, Dom just put a microphone next to him. I don't know if I love this track or I hate it. Alright, so those songs are mid. They don't do anything outright horrible, but they don't do enough to stand out. But don't worry, we've still got 80 songs left, and they're all, at the very least, good. United States of Eurasia. Now this is how you rip off Queen. Take notes, Liberation. Madness. An iconic song from the band I just don't return to that much, but I still think it's good. Verona. A unique style for Muse that worked out pretty decently. I mean, it's basically an A-tier Coldplay track. Shine. Acoustic. The nice synths are more noticeable. I like the subtlety of this version much more. Agitated. One of the better one-off thrash rock tracks from their early discography. There's no justice in the world. Soldier's Poem. I dig the barbershop quartet style they went for here. And just to be clear, this track is truly, definitively not on Absolution. The Small Print. This was that one track off Absolution that really needed time to grow on me, but I'm starting to like it. Overdue. Nice and groovy, exactly what all early Muse tracks want to be. Falling Down. Man, this track really sounds like it wants to be on OK Computer. The Dark Side. Probably won't age well because that 80s nostalgia is starting to dry up, but it's a decent composition of a song. Kill or Be Killed. This is the best Will of the People had to offer, and honestly, as good as the song is, that's just sad. Sing for Absolution. I have a hard time getting into this track. I'm just itching to get into the songs after it in the album. Niche. I didn't spell it wrong, that's how it's spelled on Spotify. Anyway, this is a nice session jam instrumental that would probably be played over porn. Sober. Surprisingly good, it took a couple listens, but it really grew on me. Exopolitics. That final chorus is immaculate, the rest of it's alright.
and I'm feeling good.
Feeling Good. A cover of a classic song with a thrash rock coat of paint. Someone tell Nestle. Oh, too late. But hey, we've finally reached Origin of Symmetry, and with that, the Holy Trinity is fully revealed. Thoughts of a Dying Atheist. That is one of the hardest names of a song I've ever heard. Neutron Star Collision. Love is Forever. This is a song that just really shows what Muse's fundamentals are. Heavy bass, large drums, light and flexible guitar, passionate vocals, and piano influence to make it all stand out. And that piano solo at the end is just beautiful. The Handler. This music definitely fits what it's going for. A large, omniscient being of steel who controls all your thoughts. Instrumentally, it's brilliantly clever in theming. Hoodoo. I like this song because it's the only Muse track that has the same name as a map from Team Fortress 2. Supermassive Black Hole. I hope the guys got paid fat stacks for having this song in Twilight. Anyway, as always, the bass lines in this fucking slap.
Can I believe when I don't trust?
City of Delusion. The bass slaps even more in this one, what can I say? Uprising. Of all the songs to have as your most popular of all time, this one isn't bad. There could be better ones, but hey, at least it's not Creep. Take a Bow. What an explosive way to open an album, my god. Algorithm. Perfect tone setter for the rest of the album. Another good opener. Starlight. This shows that you don't have to be big on the instrumentals to be engaging.
This life's too good to last.
Blackout. This track is really good at depicting the depressing world it wants to portray. Glorious. This song sounds exactly like its title. Blockades. This takes the overall style of simulation theory and uses it to make a hard-ass synth rock song really good. Unintended. A classic, beautifully performed and really powerful. Panic Station. A fun track with an underrated guitar solo, and that slap bass is so good. Supremacy. A decent opener for the second law. The mix of hard rock and strings is done well. Psycho. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes longer than it should be, but hearing this live is a different beast if you have the right crowd.
An economy based on endless growth is unsustainable.
The second law. Unsustainable. Dubstep with a guitar. Who would have thought? Unnatural Selection. One of the hardest tracks off of The Resistance. I love its pacing and rhythm. Survival. This track is doing exactly what the Second Law does best, mixing together hard rock and orchestra to create an explosive sound. Apocalypse Please, the opener of Absolution, and in my opinion, a perfect tone setter. Alright, so those songs were good. They definitely had their place in Muse's discography. These next songs though, these last 40 are great. MK Ultra. If you can get through the slightly boring first minute of this song, the rest of it is a hell of a ride.
They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong.
The Void. The best track on Simulation Theory. Honestly, 41st place isn't bad at all.
I want to reconcile the violence in your heart.
Undisclosed Desires. This is a bop. The slap bass, the synths, it just goes hard. The Globalist. Nice build up. That explosive climax in the middle shows that modern Muse can still make a menacing ass breakdown. The final part's alright, nothing crazy. Spiral Static. This one has really interesting production. The white noise, the electric organ during the chorus, great stuff.
In an isolated system, entropy can only increase.
The Second Law, Isolated System. Just a beautiful electronic soundscape. I like how the Second Law ends on a more somber note.
Save me from my superstitions.
Save Me. Jesus, can we get Chris to do more songs, please? Plug-in Baby. According to setlist.fm, over the course of its history, Muse have played this song over 1,000 times live, and is still the only song they have to have done so. Hyper Music. This song is the embodiment of not giving a fuck. I like how the live version has Chris singing the chorus. Hypochondriac Music. This is basically hyper music if it was written by Tom York. Muscle Museum. Before there was Uprising, before there was Starlight, before there was Hysteria, before there was even Plug-in Baby, there was this. This used to be the big Muse song, and it will forever be the one that first put them on the map. Microcuts. This song is just pure insanity. From the use of a harpsichord to Matt's vocals to that outro that just goes so fucking hard. It's a classic. Endlessly. This is probably the Muse song I've related to most in the past. Also, Ewan McGregor once did a cover of it. Uno. One of the first songs ever officially released by the band, and it goes hard. I like how it has a tango beat that's pretty unique. Just don't watch the music video for it, don't do it. I'm not talking about the one with the doors, that one's fine. It's the other one I'm talking about. Alright, so those songs were great. Necessary parts of Muse's discography. These next songs, Nathaniel usually calls these next songs perfect, but I'm very strict on how I use that word, so I'm going to call these next songs amazing. The best of what Muse has to offer, and what makes them such a good band. The Groove. Out of all the remaining Muse songs I had yet to listen to before making this video, this was by far the best. Although I'm glad it's not on Absolution, because I don't think it fit there. Ashamed. Out of all the one-off thrash rock tracks Muse have, this one is one of the best. The outro is fucking incredible, no wonder they play it at the end of Showbiz when it's live.
She burns like the sun. I can't look away.
Sunburn. The piano melodies on this thing are crazy, and the bass line during the chorus is one of the most underrated bass lines the band has. Futurism. Another iconic bass line of theirs, fits right at home with the rest of Origin of Symmetry, even if it's a bonus track. Dark Shines. I didn't like this one originally, but the unique style almost sounds like a precursor to Black Holes and Revelations. My favourite part is that slow moment right before the final chorus. Reapers. The best track on Drones. Goes to show that modern Muse Once in a Blue Moon can make a really good banger. I like how it has the longest guitar solo Muse have ever made, being 70 seconds long. And that outro just begs to have a mosh pit. Megalomania. Such a depressing yet unique sound. I love how by the end it just sounds like you're descending into insanity. I couldn't have asked for a better closer for Origin of Symmetry. Bliss. This is such a raw, punchy hook that's just so fun to listen to. And of course, this song has the king of all Muse arpeggios. Butterflies and Hurricanes. Let's be honest, this song made Piano Thing redundant. And shout out to all the Need for Speed fans out there. Falling Away With You. Oh, my poor, poor child. One day they'll play you live. And when they do, I'll be there to see it. Assassin. What a brilliantly written song. I love how sharp and jagged and slick all the instruments sound, which is exactly what you want when you're naming your song Assassin.
Controlling my feelings for too long. Controlling my feelings for too long.
Showbiz. Muse used to have this raw energy that they just lost after Absolution. Ruled by Secrecy. The best piano ballad they've ever made. It's not even a contest. Liquid State. Jesus Christ, Mac. Ask Chris to do more songs because he's clearly fucking good at it. Dead Star. This song goes so unbelievably hard that I had to include all the other mediocre singles they've ever done.
Mediocre?
It wasn't fair to include this and not the other singles, but I needed this on the list. So there, I included all those other songs in the midsection just for this. Just let that speak for itself. Cave. The best track on Showbiz. It's just so groovy and nefarious, I love it! The bass line during the chorus, oh my god. I know I keep going on about the bass lines, but what you need to understand is that Muse only have one guitarist, so the bass is pulling much more weight, and I think this works in their favour immensely. Animals. The best track on the second law. Just how all the instruments, the electric piano, the guitar, and the bass, all just dance around each other in beautiful melodies. From that to the unique time signature, to how the song just loses more and more subtlety as it goes on. I just love this track. Hysteria. Saying this is my favourite bass line of all time is really unoriginal. But it's fucking true. Fury. How is this a bonus track? It's fucking amazing. From the deep bassy guitarist to the pedal work on the guitar to the beautiful chorus. God, this song is just incredible. Also in the final chorus, instead of having the last line be "and make a fuss," it should have been "and give a fuck." Alright, time for my top 10, starting with... Exogenesis Symphony Part 2, Cross-Pollination. The piano chords when Matt says, "Our fears rest with you." Oh, so beautiful. Exogenesis Symphony Part 1, Overture. Bro, when the music climaxes and the vocal harmony comes in when Matt just says, "I can't forgive you." Bruh, these hills sing. Exogenesis Symphony Part 3, Redemption. Listen, I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. The Exogenesis Symphony is more beautiful than half of all the stuff in Kid A, and I feel bad for anyone who can't understand that. If it weren't for this, honestly, I'd barely ever pay any attention to the Resistance. Citizen Erased. This is Muse's Paranoid Android. Space Dementia. This is Muse doing what they do best. Thrash rock mixed with classical music, and that noise rock outro is so distorted and corrupted, it's beautiful. Newborn. The best album opener they've ever made. I like its message about how the more we are connected electronically, the less we are connected truly. Bear in mind this was released in 2001 and it still applies. But still, that riff and that fast rhythm, it just sounds like three guys who are having an absolute blast on stage. Messenger. The best track on Origin of Symmetry, and is, in my opinion, the most underrated Muse song of all time. Has a really good message of body dysmorphia, with the perspective of the lyrics being someone talking to themselves in the mirror. The instrumentation is flawless. Matt uses a Spanish-style guitar, some beautiful synths are used, and to give the verses a swamp-like atmosphere, Dom uses literal animal bones for the percussion. That's real, look it up. In my opinion, it is the most sonically clever song they've ever made and has the best instrumentation. The transition from the end of the chorus to the next verse, sonically I have no clue how it works, but it just sounds beautiful. Knights of Sidonia. There is a reason why this is the Muse closer. The one that brings any venue, arena, or stadium to its knees. People like to complain that Muse are too blatant with their messaging, but I think most of the time they just let the music do the talking. And they use that music for amazing theming that crafts its own world for you to witness. From the bass doing 3 notes every beat instead of 4 to sound more like a horse's gallop, to mixing the genres of western and sci-fi on a guitar by giving it a synth mod to make it sound futuristic, but then playing it in a rustic western style. And I have no words for the ending, because I have nothing to say. After you have played Knights of Sidonia, the concert simply cannot continue. It's done. Go home. It's over, because nothing can top that finale. Map of the Problematique. The best track on Black Holes and Revelations, and I'll be honest with you, it clicked on the first listen. This song just brings out a strong energy, neither good nor evil. This song, to put it simply, just sounds like the entire universe is collapsing in on itself, and you're just sitting there watching it happen. And finally, the #1 Muse song of all time. Can you guess it? It's the one song I haven't mentioned. It's...
I'm not here. This isn't happening.
How to Disappear Completely. Wait, that's not right. Sorry about that. The real #1 Muse song of all time is... Stockholm Syndrome. This is my favourite song of all time. There is something about that guitar riff. It just brings something out of me every time I listen to it. This feeling of no matter how cold and hard the world becomes, I will push through it all with force. During the verses, the guitar and bass play differing melodies at the same fast rhythm, almost like they're dueling dragons with the drums in between. The pre-chorus sounds like you're ascending into another realm, and that chorus, something so melancholy about it. The synth arpeggio makes it sound otherworldly, the piano notes makes it sound divine, and the bass makes it sound powerful. The outro breaks it all down into this slower, more impactful chaos. And that guitar solo. For as long as I live, I'll never get tired of it. If I have one complaint, it's that I think it's due for a remaster. But apart from that, this is a near perfect song. Anyway, that's my list. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Do you give a shit? Let me know. I have no idea what the next video is going to be or when it's going to come out. So, see ya.